Hello, this week it's the Cabinet Office. What have they been spending their money on? And are they being transparent enough? I'll conclude at the end. So, spending over £500 each month submitted on spreadsheets by the Cabinet Office. The Cabinet Office which exists to ensure the smooth and effective running of government and to support the Prime Minister. Has over 2,000 employees, 2,050, plus 700 odd in another executive agency branch, whatever that means. And those figures are from the government's website. Interestingly enough, they do make submissions for spending over £500, but it is not really clear what they're spending the money on. Let me give you an example. In June 2024, they spent over £2,000 with listings for Manchester Pride, Belfast Pride and London Pride. Now, what is that spending on? Sponsorship? Attending? What is it? Who went? Instead, we just have a drop down that it's incidental spending. What about spending of £570 odd in Amazon? No, incidental spending. What about spending of over £590 on coding black females? No explanation what that is whatsoever. Just these random drop-downs that say IT, health and safety, office spending, incidental spending, travel, accommodation, storage, but no further details. Now, for those of us that work in private business, if I submitted an expense form which said £590 Amazon office stuff, the finance team would send it straight back and say, well, what office stuff? I couldn't just say office stuff. That is a perfectly good enough explanation. Trot on. No, I'd have to tell them what it was. And it should be the same with public money. And this is what I'm feeling strongly about and which is important. It has to be watertight, super transparent. More so, if anything, than it would be in private business, because this money isn't earned by these individuals. This money hasn't been created by risk takers and entrepreneurs. This money is public money that's landed on their desk. So they should be even more careful, even more diligent, even more transparent than those in private business. But they're not. Now, if anyone from the Cabinet Office is watching this, or government as a whole, and wants to put me right or explain to me what it is I'm missing, please do. I'm here to be educated. I am not the font of all knowledge. Far from it. Far from it. I want to learn. But from where I'm standing, it just isn't good enough, really. And there's some very dubious entries as well. Why are we spending thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art? What are they doing? I suspect it's teaching people to speak properly. Well, yeah, you could argue, what's wrong with that if they've got to speak in public? But maybe just recruit someone who can speak to begin with. And also, whilst a private company might pay for it, is it a good use of taxpayers' money when we are standing on the economic abyss? I would argue no. Please subscribe and follow me on my journey, and thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.